Hey guys, this is Rusty Rages here, as you can see in the top left corner. I'm going to every week go over Raw, SmackDown, Ring of Honor, Impact, basically most wrestling, maybe New Japan sometimes. When I watch just the pay-per-views for New Japan, I think that's all I'll cover New Japan for. So yeah, this is my series on everything wrestling, and for this week's episode, I'm going to go over. I'm gonna go over the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, so that should be fun. Hopefully I'm not spiking here. I'm trying to turn myself down. There we go. That sounds better. Okay, there we go. So yeah, there were 6 matches slated on the card for this pay-per-view. We got I'm gonna go from the top and work my way down. I'm using the Wikipedia Extreme Rules page for clarification and to give them their due. We got Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt versus Samoa Joe Fatal 5-Way Extreme Rules match to determine the number 1 contender for Brock Lesnar's WWE Universal Championship. Dean Ambrose, who's the champ, versus The Miz with Maurice. It's a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. If Ambrose is disqualified, he will lose the title. 3 on this list, they have Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Alexa Bliss is the champ. It is a kendo stick on a pole match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Then we have the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt Hardy, versus Cesaro and Sheamus in a steel cage match. In a steel cage match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. And then Neville, who's the champ. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy are the Raw Tag Team champs, by the way. Neville, who's the champ, versus Austin Aries in a submission match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. And then the 6th match is Rich Swann and Sasha Banks versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox in a mixed tag team match. And I'm actually going to start out with that match since I am pretty sure it's going to be the kickoff show. So it'll be like a 5-10 minute match. I assume Rich Swann and Sasha Banks will win. I really don't care about the match very much at all. The Cruiserweight division is very mad at me. They gotta start booking it better. The next match, I'll go with the next match. I'll go bottom to top now. Now we got Neville, who's the champ, versus Austin Aries. Submission match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. This is probably their last match in the feud, I assume, since they've been going since WrestleMania. And they've had... This is their 3rd match now. So... I'd like to see Austin Aries win the title, but I don't think he will. I think Neville will retain with a submission. I don't know what type of submission. Hold on, you know what? I'm on Wikipedia. Let's go down. Let's look at in wrestling. Let's see if he's got any submissions. Oh, the Rings of Saturn. He'll probably use the Rings of Saturn. Finishing move. Right. I forgot about that. He's been using that of late. Right, so yeah, he'll probably use the cross-faceless scissored armbar combination to beat Aries with. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Neville to beat Austin Aries via Jesus Christ, I have such a bad memory. Via the Rings of Saturn. So yeah, he will beat Austin Aries via the Ring of Saturn, and he'll retain his Cruiserweight Championship, and then we'll see where the fucking Cruiserweight Championship goes from there. But I assume that's their last feud. I'm gonna skip the Hardy Boys match for now. I'm gonna go to Alexa Bliss, who is the Raw's Women's Champion, versus Bayley in the kendo stick on a pole match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Bliss is gonna win. She just got the title. There's no reason to take it off of her as of now. So I believe Alexa Bliss is gonna beat Bayley, probably by one. She'll grab the kendo stick, and then she'll beat the crap out of her, and then hit her finishing move. Hold on. She'll hit the snap DDT or the sparkle splash, and she'll pin Bayley 1, 2, 3, and that'll be the end of that. And then we'll get a new program with Bliss, probably Mickie James or Nia Jax, or maybe Sasha Banks, since I have Sasha Banks and Rich Swann winning their match with Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. Yeah. So I'm just doing these rap fire. This is gonna be a pretty quick episode. The Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt Hardy, versus Cesaro and Sheamus in a steel cage tag team match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. I'm a little surprised that it's not a ladder match, but I'm assuming they're saving that for TLC. Yeah, I'm assuming they're saving that for TLC in December. I have no idea when TLC is anymore. They changed the pay-per-views so much. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. So yeah, the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I don't see any reason to stop Matt and Jeff's winning streak. They're undefeated as they're coming into the company. There's no reason to stop that. So the Hardy Boys will continue their dominance. They'll win again. Cesaro and Sheamus won't break up, though. They're still a solid knit unit, and they'll climb the ranks again and be back in line for a title shot very soon. Probably within the next 2 or 3 pay-per-views, they'll be in line for another shot at the title. So yeah, I have the Hardy Boys climbing out of the cage or pinning pinning either Cesaro or Sheamus and winning. And there's no doubt in my mind Jeff will do a high spot off the fucking cage. He'll fucking swanton bomb from the fucking top of the cage because he's a fucking maniac. Oh yeah, there will be cursing during this. Just FYI, this is not a PG rated show. This is definitely a hard R rated show. So what do we got next? We got Dean Ambrose, who is the Intercontinental Champion, versus The Miz. It's a singles match for the aforementioned Intercontinental Championship. And the caveat is, if Ambrose is disqualified, he will lose the Intercontinental title. So that's they've done this in the past. Maurice will probably factor in a bit. If they want to go all the way, I would like to see them actually do the disqualification angle and have him lose it that way. I can't remember very many that actually ended where the person got disqualified and they actually lost the title. It doesn't happen very much. They have done the stipulation, but it doesn't happen very much. So yeah, it'd be really cool if like Maurice is able to get Dean Ambrose the header or something and get him to Ambrose to disqualify himself. So yeah, I have The Miz beating Dean Ambrose via Dean Ambrose disqualifying himself so that they can continue that feud, because it's been really good so far. I've really liked Dean Ambrose versus The Miz. It's been a very good feud for Monday Night Raw. And then we got the main event of the evening, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt versus Samoa Joe. It is a fatal 5-way Extreme Rules match to determine the #1 contender for the WWE Universal Championship. So there's many ways I could see this going. Finn Balor could win to set up his showdown with Brock Lesnar to reclaim the title. He never lost in the first place because he had to relinquish it because he got hurt in his match with Seth Rollins all the way back in 2016. Hold on, I was taking a drink. So I could see Finn Balor winning it. Bray Wyatt's not going to win. Samoa Joe's got an outside chance, but I'd probably give his percentage probably like a 10% chance, maybe a 10% chance. Bray Wyatt's got like a 3, maybe even less, maybe like a 2. Bray Wyatt's not gonna win. Finn Balor's probably got a 40% chance to win. Seth Rollins, I'd probably put him around 65% chance for Seth Rollins, and Roman, I'd probably put him around 80 or 90%, because I think he took, I believe Roman Reigns took Braun Strowman's spot in this, or either Bray Wyatt took Braun Strowman's spot, either or they were going to do a fatal 6-way, and Braun Strowman would have been in the match anyway. But I believe Roman Reigns is taking Braun Strowman's spot, and he's going to win, and he'll face Brock Lesnar at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view in July. What a shitty name for a pay-per-view, by the way. Great Balls of Fire. Sounds like a fucking Johnny Cash / Elvis song. So yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna beat either. I'm gonna say he'll pin either Bray Wyatt or Samoa Joe. Because they probably won't pin Finn Balor. They probably won't put the pin on Finn. They probably won't put the pin on Seth just to keep them strong. Bray Wyatt's probably the most likely candidate to be sacrificed up for a loss in the match. And then we'll see what feuds develop. I think Seth Rollins vs. Samoa Joe is not done. They'll probably continue their feud after. And then Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt, we're going to get that match down the line, which is going to be fucking awesome. So yeah, I have Roman Reigns winning the Fatal 5-Way and going on to face Brock Lesnar. So that should be a good match. I think that's what the outcome will be. So let's go over what I said. So we got Rich Swann and Sasha Banks beating Noam Dar and Alicia Fox in the mixed tag match. Then we have Neville retaining his title via the oh my god, I always forget the goddamn name. Via the Rings of Saturn submission. And then we got the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt, either climbing out of the cage or pinning Cesaro or Sheamus to retain their Raw Tag Team Championship. And then I have Alexa Bliss beating Bayley to retain her Raw Women's Championship, probably via beating the shit out of Bayley with the kendo stick. And then I have The Miz beating Dean Ambrose via Dean Ambrose getting disqualified, so they're actually going to use that stipulation. And then in the main event, I have Roman Reigns beating Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe to go on to face Brock Lesnar at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view for the WWE Universal Championship. So, I will be doing more wrestling-related content on my YouTube. This is fun. Hopefully, I can figure out how to upload this and everything. This is the first time I'm ever doing this, so hopefully I get this right, and you will see this episode. Oh, thank you all for joining me. This has been Rusty Rages on Wrestling, and I will see you in the next Rusty Report.